So, you're looking at buying a home, especially a townhouse here in Ontario. You see a row of beautiful houses, but what you see isn't the whole story, not even close. What really, truly matters is how you actually own it.
Okay, so you're scrolling through listings, right? And you see these terms pop up: freehold, condo, or this weird one, POTL. What does that even mean? It can feel like some kind of legal jargon, but trust me, these words have a huge impact on your life, your wallet, and your weekends.
Because what we're talking about here is more than just the bricks and mortar. It's your money, it's your time, it is your whole lifestyle. So getting a grip on these ownership types, that's the key to making a decision you're going to feel great about for years to come. All right, let's jump in.
All right, let's start with the big one, the one most of us picture when we think about buying a house: freehold.
Freehold ownership is exactly what it sounds like. It's total freedom. You own the building, and you own the land it's sitting on. We're talking from the dirt in the basement all the way up to the sky. It really is your own little kingdom.
Now, here's the deal. The big, shiny pro of freehold: you're the boss. Total control, no condo board breathing down your neck, and, this is a big one, no monthly maintenance fees. But, and this is a huge but, the con is that you are responsible for literally everything. The roof springs a leak, that's your problem, and your bill. The driveway needs repaving, all you. And yep, when that blizzard hits, you're the one grabbing the shovel.
Okay, so if that sounds like a lot of responsibility, let's pivot and look at a totally different approach to ownership: the condominium.
With a condo, the idea is completely different. You own the space inside your unit. That's your domain. But everything on the outside, the roof, the walls, the windows, the land, the common areas, that's all owned and managed by a condo corporation. Think of it like a club where all the homeowners are members.
So how does that work? Well, instead of getting hit with a massive, unexpected repair bill, you pay a predictable monthly fee. And this fee covers all that shared stuff. We're talking landscaping, snow removal, even the building's insurance. And a really important piece of this is the reserve fund. A part of your fee gets tucked away into this giant savings account, so when it is time for a big-ticket item, like a new roof, the money's already there.
So what's the trade-off here? The pro is super clear. Predictable costs and way fewer chores for you. No mowing lawns on Saturday mornings. The con? You give up some control. Let's say you want to paint your front door a crazy color. Well, you probably can't. You have to get approval from the condo board and follow the community rules.
Okay, so we have total control on one side and shared responsibility on the other. But what if you want something in between? Well, that's where our third type comes in, and it's a really interesting one: the pass law.
POTL. It stands for Parcel of Tied Land, which sounds a bit complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's a hybrid. You own your house and the actual plot of land it's on, just like a freehold, but your property is legally tied to some shared community property. This could be a private road, some visitor parking spots, or maybe a little park for the neighborhood.
And yes, you pay a monthly fee here too, but, and this is key, it's almost always way lower than a condo fee. Why? Because it covers a much smaller, very specific list of things. We're often just talking about the essentials that a city would normally handle, like plowing that private road or arranging for garbage pickup.
So what you get is this really nice balance. You get that pride and security of owning your own land, but with a little less of the maintenance headache you'd have with a full freehold. Of course, you do still have that monthly fee, and you've got to play by the rules when it comes to those shared spaces.
So when you boil it all down, this is the core decision you're making. It's a spectrum, right? On one end, you have freehold, high autonomy, high personal control, but also the risk of big surprise costs. On the other end, you've got condos, way less autonomy, more rules, but in exchange, you get predictable, manageable costs.
All right, so we've laid out all three options: freehold, condo, POTL. The big question now is, which one is the right fit for you?
This chart lays it all out so perfectly. Look at this. For ownership, with a freehold, you own it all, land and building. With a condo, it's just your unit. And with a POTL, it's a bit of both, your land and a share of the common stuff. See how that flows? Then you've got monthly fees, none for freehold, highest for condo, and somewhere in the middle for a POTL. It's a clear spectrum from total responsibility and control to shared responsibility and less control.
And I really want to stress this point. There is no best option here. There's no right or wrong answer. There's only the right choice for you, your budget, how much you want to be doing yard work on a Sunday, and the kind of life you want to lead.
So, to help you figure that out, think of it this way. If you're someone who craves total independence and control, and you don't mind getting your hands dirty, a freehold is probably your jam. If you're looking for that sweet spot, that balance of ownership and convenience, then a POTL is definitely something to look into. And if you're a first-time buyer, or you just want a low-maintenance, hands-off lifestyle with predictable costs, then a condo could be absolutely perfect.
Look, just knowing the difference between these is a huge first step. But the next step is applying that knowledge out in the real world, looking at actual listings. And that's where having an expert in your corner makes all the difference. Your agent at the Bouma Group, for instance, isn't just going to find you houses. They're going to help you dig into the specific condo documents or the POTL agreements so you know exactly what you're getting into. It's about making that final decision with total confidence.
So it all comes back to this one final question, and only you can answer it. What kind of homeowner do you want to be? Do you want total freedom, total convenience, or are you looking for that perfect sweet spot right in the middle?